Generally, the political and religious affairs were run by the Dalai Lama's servant monks or the regent priest before the new Dalai Lama reached adulthood. But no matter who was in charge, it satisfied the appetite for power among monks of the upper echelon. In October of 1939, Lama Dundab entered Lhasa in the yellow sedan, which symbolized the Dalai Lama's status. Under the maneuverings of the regent living Buddha Radang, this 5-year-old boy seemed to be the new Dalai Lama. Before that, the Tibetan Kashag government had already telegraphed the Kuomintang government to request that a high-level official be sent to host the ordination ceremony of the new Dalai Lama. In December 1939, Wu Zhongxing, chairman of the Kuomintang government's Commission on Mongolia and Tibet, arrived in Lhasa to a grand welcome. Since living Buddha Radang had already selected the reincarnated boy and given him a Buddhist name before Wu Zhongxing arrived in Lhasa, it was no longer necessary to draw the ivory lot from the golden urn. It was decided that Radang would draft a report to ask for special permission to exempt the child from the traditional drawing. Wu Zhongxing went to the Dalai Lama's summer palace to test the child and thought that all the mystical requirements had been fulfilled. On February 5th, the central government replied to the request by the regent living Buddha Radang and exempted the reincarnated boy from the drawing. He became the 14th Dalai Lama by special decree. So the Kashag government decided to hold the ordination ceremony for the 14th Dalai Lama in the eastern hall of Potala Palace. After the ordination ceremony, the reincarnated boy Lama Dundab became Dalai Lama Tenzin Gyatso. This peasant boy now ascended to a place as loftiest and most mysterious representative of this ancient theocratic society. He was surrounded by old men who devoted themselves to guarding the theocracy and their power. Once a person became the chief representative of the feudal serf system, he would naturally enjoy all the privileges the system had to offer. To keep the Dalai Lama in alliance with his benefactors, the Kashag government presented his family several ranches, and overnight, the clan became wealthy, elevated to the Tibetan nobility. In every respect, the Dalai Lama himself enjoyed the most extensive attention a supreme personality could enjoy in medieval Europe.
真教合一的封建论农制的领袖人物的时候啊，他是要精心竭力的要培养，有一套非常严格的，从早上起来几点钟起来以后干什么，做完了干什么，一直到晚上那时候，都有严格的规定。2个老师，2个经师，还有起码是有4个陪读师督，这些人的各负其责，都有严格的职责，一点不能马虎。这些人，同时把他就是在 限制在一定的那么个，就是像诺布林卡呀、布达拉，就是那么个范围以内，它是跟社会是要完全脱离的。
In Tibet then, most children did not have yogurt every day, nor did they have the right to an education. They were born to this world as offsprings of slaves or serfs, to grow up to be themselves slaves or serfs. They grew up with hunger, cold, fear, and religious beliefs. Because of the harsh environment, many of them died of hunger, illness, or from accidents. Because of their heavy workload, the parents had little time for their children, and accidents occurred. Some of the babies' eyes were plucked out by crows. If Tibetan children were lucky enough to grow up, they worked from an early age. The malnourished children could hardly bear the heavy labor. The masters used sticks and stones to beat them. Seching village is a beautiful place 72 kilometers from Lhasa. It was originally a ranch that belonged to the current Dalai Lama's family. The children here now are content, but some of the old people here are still haunted by the horrible memories of their childhood. Several decades ago, some of the serfs in Seching village fled the unbearable pain. Doma Yudong, who was a teenager then, and her younger brother Chopel also joined that movement.
Ngando sesine mi tige na anime chele la ke sira gu gre goma tengi ki de mi shinya amare goma chudu ga la gu gre shoga ngamo la lanja ngata khura ku be jonje le ni bo yonje le gu gre ani mi gang lo pe ta ni kale ge kha je ani be de ni khu de ani sira to samu tu je de su gu nyang gwa.
There were two worlds then in Tibet. The people of the master class paid no attention to the other world, as if the others simply did not exist. They indulged themselves, enjoying all that life had to offer, while the poor suffered. This tremendous gap was created by the slavery system and the extremely low productivity. The major masters who maintained the system should be held responsible for such terrible inequity.
欧洲中世纪的政教合一的封建论路者，没有西藏这么典型。 西藏更典型，
可是这个做考过有人呢，第一就讲呢，这个去台湾起来的，这个全部全部去台湾出去，可是当然没有了吃几万的解决过了。但台湾套的人呢，对吧？台湾套应该就是的嘛，的买军队开的是呢，咱们这个你农路过来挣给钱呢，
就是有些西方的研究学者。 他们忘了他们的原来中世纪的那一段社会形态对他们社会是造成的什么样的一个后果，他们没有研究清楚，或者是遗忘了，或者是有意识的不去回顾那一段，是在西藏那个。 我们对农奴制如何对待，这是很不公平的，很不公平的。
The West has long been interested in Tibet. However, it was in this century that their purpose went beyond setting up new missions. The Imperial Britain was once the strongest nation. It had a clear and firm policy in its colony, India, that the border of India would not be threatened at any time. Based on this principle, a buffer area around India under British control was set up. Therefore, Tibet, on the northeastern border of India, had to be independent, friendly to British India, and controlled by the British government.